1st, that was the iconic opening credits of the hit series The Sopranos. The cast, crew, and fans are now celebrating the 25th anniversary of the 21-time Emmy Award-winning show. It was January 10th, 1999, when the world was introduced to Italian-American mob boss Tony Soprano and his entire family living in New Jersey, navigating the difficulties of life and running a mob. Well, now the show's finding a new audience while also being celebrated by those of us who adored it the first time around. And Sopranos is celebrating all that with a TikTok initiative. They have 25-second recaps of every single episode, and we are very lucky to have one of the Sopranos with us today. Jamie-Lynn Sigler, a.k.a. Meadow Soprano, is here. Jamie, thank you so much for coming on. What do you think, looking back on all of this, right? You were cast as Meadow at just 16 years old. So what was it like? You didn't know then that it was going to be the iconic show that it was. How did you feel at the time, and how do you feel now?
No, none of us had any idea at the time, especially because it was so different than anything that was on television. It was just a different way of storytelling. I mean, I was 16. It was one of my first times ever really on a film set. So everything was new to me. Everything was scary to me. Everything was unknown. But fortunately, I had on my side sort of that attitude a 16-year-old can have that just sort of like fakes it till she makes it. So I just hung around and pretended like I knew what I was doing, and then just had these beautiful, wonderful people around to shepherd me into learning how to be not only an actress, but a great person that conducts themselves with respect and love for the craft and the crew and what we do. And there was just a certain alchemy on that set that is hard to describe, but it clearly translated, and why we're celebrating after all of this time the show still.
There was something so different about The Sopranos when it came out. It really felt like no other television show before it. How do you think the show changed television going forward?
Well, it let you really experience life with heavily flawed characters. I mean, there was no censorship as to this group of people and this community and how they saw the world, how they conducted themselves in the world. And all the rules were kind of thrown out the window. So we were able to really see humans in all of their glory, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think that, also David he's one of the best storytellers of our time. And we were just able to really have 10 years of filming something and really grow with characters. And as an actor, you don't even question, you just go along for the ride. And for me, I grew up. I was 16 to 26 years old. So I grew up with Meadow, and she taught me a lot.
I know you guys are doing this special episode on January 18th. What do you miss most about the show, and what can you tell us about that episode?
I miss the people. I miss being around those people all of the time. There it was fun. As dark and heavy as the show could be, my only memories are just fun. And our January 18th episode of our podcast, Not Today, Pal, that I host with Robert Eiler, who played my brother, we're going to answer the fans' questions. I'm probably not going to answer what happened in the end because, again, we don't know, but it's just a way for us to connect with the fans that have really been the reason why Sopranos is what it is, and to be able to give just our honest memories and our honest answers of just what our experience was, which was a very unique one.
And Jamie, this is a fun fact. Here at ABC News Live, we actually have someone who was on The Sopranos. She works with us every single day. Take a look.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average gave back all of an earlier gain. It rallied more than 100 points midday, but...
So that is our very own business reporter, Alexis Christophorus. She is a huge fan of the show and was apparently very surprised to see herself on it. Alexis, we are facilitating this cast reunion here.
I love it. Jamie-Lynn, it's so great to meet you. I have to share this story with you really quick because after that little clip aired, my inbox blew up, my phone blew up. years later on job interviews, people just wanted to talk about my few seconds on The Sopranos and not about my whole career. If that's what it was like for me, what was it like for you, especially being that young and sort of coming upon that kind of fame?
Yeah. Oh, well, it's always great to connect with a fellow co-star. So great to see.
I love it.
You know, I was in high school when the show started airing. And so it was really special for me because my friends had grown up with me knowing that I had this pipe dream about being an actress and would come to see me in the productions of Annie at the Y that I did and Sound of Music at all these community theaters on Long Island. So when the show was airing, I mean, it was celebratory. And then, yes, Sunday nights I would get, there was no texting then, but phone calls or messages. But I would say the most amount of feedback and text messages I've ever gotten was for the Super Bowl commercial that we did 2 years ago. That was the most my phone has ever blown up.
So what happened at the end?
We're still asking it after all these years.
I know, I'm dying.
I truly have no answer to give. Being somebody that was on the show, my answer is not any inside information, but I do believe that, unfortunately, it was the end of Tony Soprano in that moment.
All right, Jamie-Lynn Sigler. It is so great. I want to plug you with more questions, but we got to go. You can listen to Not Today, Pal. Again, that's Jamie's podcast every Thursday on their YouTube channel or anywhere you stream your podcast. Jamie, thanks again.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.